We've got this down to a fine art, guys.
Yeah,
we really do.
After 2 episodes, you're right.
Yeah.
We're pros at this.
Was there an intro? Was I going to be like, hello and welcome to Non-Stop Misery?
Bowl of Cocoa Pops is a pretty cool intro.
Oh, you fucking
copyright
me again,
infringement.
guys.
Where this what was it?
Please, have a starting point so I know.
And today I am joined by who am I joined by?
Exactly the same people as last week.
No, I need to check.
Is it?
There is no changes whatsoever because you don't have any friends.
Can we check the roster list or something?
Yeah, it's just us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We did
so
try
today
to get...
I am joined by award-winning economist Adam Smith, coming live to you straight from his mother's bedroom. Say hello, Adam.
I'm not sure which joke pissed me off more out of those two, but both got to me pretty good there. But yes.
Also, Josh is here.
And
Hi.
Josh.
I don't have a joke for Josh. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm offended by that or happy.
Josh is a straight man. Josh is a straight man. He doesn't. It's not a joke.
He's not an award-winning economist, and he's not on. Is it a £20? It's no, £10.
Nope, 20. You were right first time.
Is it a 20? I
is
thought
20.
that's the Queen on the 20.
These are the caliber of the jokes, guys.
Are we dipping into treason territory?
Hang on,
here?
I need to...
No, the Queen's on all notes. That's a
Yeah,
joke.
she is.
Get it?
Oh, okay.
Hang on, did you
feel
not
like-
fucking know that?
I feel like I might want to know more
That-
about.
yeah,
our
that
country.
kind of went over my
Are
head
you
as
actually
well.
shitting me, Louis?
No,
So the Queen
You
is.
didn't know
is
the
she-
Queen is on every fucking piece of currency?
Does anyone use cash these days?
That's not the fucking point. Like, holy shit. Jesus Christ. Wow, okay.
Okay.
Right, that's off to a great start.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want to introduce it slightly, what the podcast is?
I thought I did.
Well, you've introduced us. What do we do here?
Well, that's a very good question, Adam. Okay, so I've got the structure up here, right? Structure, : what have we been playing? News.
Okay, that sounds
Cool.
pretty good, yeah?
cool.
Alright, so what we're doing here is exactly the same thing as last week. A absolutely terrible, off-the-railsy, non-really weird, casual, podcasty thing.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about stuff with each other for a while, and then we're gonna stop talking, and then you're gonna subscribe.
Then you can...
We're in the background, so you can pretend you're friends for like a good hour and a half every day. You know, it's that kind of thing. For chilled conversation.
The little nagging voice in the back of your head.
Exactly.
Subscribe, kiddies.
It didn't last week. You also say something about kiddies as well.
He did exactly
I
that
said
last
that
week.
exact thing. Yeah.
Oh, it was the exact thing. Is
That was
gonna be
what's
like a
known in the
catchphrase?
that's what's
like a-
known as the biz as a callback.
Oh, smart.
The callbacks are the new segues, boys.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember much of the last podcast, so...
Well, you misappropriated the
City.
word segue.
Oh, I didn't,
like 27
like-
fucking
I
times.
learnt how to spell Segway.
It is the French spelling, I believe.
The French don't have a word for segue, you know. It's made by Americans, that's the only way. Anyway.
They are American. Segue. Baguette.
Never... I hope you weren't trying an accent there.
I have a French housemate next year.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Wow, you are gonna get on so well.
We already do. He does my programming.
You're gonna be like, have you seen?
I pay him. I do not pay anyone to do my programming.
I was gonna say if
Not with
if
cash
anyone in your
anyway,
calls
or you'd
found
know
this-
if the Queen was on it.
Oh, good. He pays him with exposure on his channel with how many subscribers is it now? 50.
Dude, it's like 100 and something, isn't it?
Holy shit, is it?
Is it?
I don't know. This is how in tune we are.
It's just how much I get. 182.
Oh, holy shit! With
okay.
only 3 videos once this one goes up.
Is it? I'm pretty proud of my Breath of the Wild video doing.
No, it
55.
was
I mean,
dope.
that's
It's
not
pretty
half
dope.
bad.
The only thing is, I am struggling. You changed your name, haven't you? Because it's just Rossy now.
Did it used to be Rossy167?
It was Rossy167.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
And
I'm
I
trying to
just did
find
a
you.
search for Rossi and nothing comes up. But Rossi
Yeah.
no,
Can
no,
I
does
expect
bring
plenty
you
comes up. The first one that comes up is
Oh,
Dia
yeah.
Ele Fisha Rossi.
I mean, didn't you get recommended a bunch of Spanish music videos because you watched my videos?
Yeah, I did as well. I remember
Honestly,
now.
like, a lot of this stuff is Spanish music videos, and Ugandan from the looks of things.
Well,
So this is going
like,
great.
Do they
And-
have the number
Whereas
167?
if you search
in
Commander
Spain?
Josh, it's a lot of my shit at the top.
Exactly,
it?
that's the
The,
thing.
the
You've
top
gotta
video
use-
is me saying farewell.
Oh, that's.
Oh, it's a bit like
Actually.
Donkey, you know, when he did I'm done with League of Legends.
No,
That's a
I don't
fucking video.
see any of your videos here, Josh.
Oh,
I
must be
see
'cause it's me.
Commander Josh Hawkins.
Oh,
Oh shit, has someone saw your
Oh,
name?
if you don't do a space, you get you. If you do a space,
yeah,
you
it's
get
got to be the one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But just to warn you, there is another Rossi with 1,500 subscribers, so
Oh my
kill him.
god!
watch out for that. And he's got a beautiful face, and he does
Does
covers.
he do a podcast?
He doesn't do a podcast. He does covers of songs, mostly the Chainsmokers by the looks of things.
Is
so
that what that?
we should
be
Ross,
fine.
Rossi
He has-
and
he has-
McMichael.
He has 5. No, not Rosie McMichael.
No, not
Saw
her,
that while I
not
was
her.
scrolling
I
down.
know she is 3 million. I think Rossi and Rosie shouldn't be too confused. But you're both just as beautiful, Louis. You are.
Oh,
There we go.
nobody's
See?
allowed to see my face in my videos now.
Anymore.
Yeah,
That's why
I'll
you
do
took
a-
them all down. So, 'cause
I'll do
your
a face reveal when I get like 1,000 Patreon monies in
Oh,
a day
God.
or something. you
And
know?
all the people who saw your face reveal will get to see it again. So there you go.
Yeah, and it'll look different because I'll be older, and that's what happens to faces.
Fantastic. Right then.
Yeah.
I believe we're like 5 minutes in. Do we want to talk about games or something?
Not really.
Not really. Great.
I've
Okay,
been
that's a
playing
good show.
Overwatch, and it's
Oh.
sort of it's I don't know how to put it. Like it's like delving into the very depths of your sort of existential self-hatred. You know.
Okay, no, not
Like-
particularly from what you're saying.
Overwatch is sort of it's systemic. I mean, it's Counter-Strike. Overwatch and Counter-Strike are the same thing.
Wow,
Um,
you're gonna get so much love for
You
that
are.
statement. Overwatch and Counter Strike are basically the same game.
I love both of them, but they make me hate myself, and I don't know what to do.
How so? Elaborate.
Well, you see, do you know people?
Sadly,
Well,
yes.
if you play a game of Overwatch, you're playing with 11 other people. And if you play a game of Counter-Strike, you're playing with 9 other people. And
and it's one
all
of those
of those
things-
people are terrible people. And I mean terrible.
Okay.
And it's just you bang your head against a brick wall over and over, and there's no reward. There's no I don't know. I
the
don't know.
rewards is the
like,
friendships you make along the way. That's the point of multiplayer.
online competitive. I mean, like we met Rohit through Counter-Strike.
We did. That's a
actually.
good point.
We weren't friends with you then. We don't.
Oh
like
no,
you.
I know. I'm much later.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, don't remind me. Okay.
You're gone, man. I didn't meet you in
Alright,
Counter-Strike.
let's move on.
But yeah, I'm playing Overwatch, and Brigitte, the new
Oh, yeah.
hero, is coming out soon.
Oh yeah, the new best girl. Have you played?
Yeah,
her?
she's
'cause she's on the
amazing.
PTR. Yes, is she good?
Because I'm a tank main in Overwatch,
Uh-huh.
and Brigitte is a sort of a support tank flex, where she has sort of like slightly tanky abilities. but
Yeah, she
she's
seems like a
support.
hybrid between the two.
Not really. I mean,
No?
she's not as much of a hybrid as you'd think. She
Okay.
has 250 health and
All right.
is still supporty, but she has to do her sort of AOE heal. She has to be sort of in the fight hitting people. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So every single time you hit someone, your AOE heal is like triggered a refresh.
yeah.
And if you go a while without hitting anyone, then your AOE heal doesn't happen.
Okay.
So you have to be like getting up there and in the fight and doing things.
So you have to actually be doing stuff to heal.
Which means that she is totally perfect for my playstyle. And I can't wait for them to put her in comp, because she is not in competitive yet.
Well, I mean, if she's only just been released, I'm not surprised she's not in comp.
No, she's not going to be in competitive for a solid month. What's happened is
okay. I can see that.
Overwatch has seasons of competitive.
Yeah.
Oh, until the
and
new one
they don't want
starts.
to introduce her until the new season.
Yes.
That would be perfectly fine, right? That's what seasons are for.
Yes.
If they hadn't introduced all of the other new heroes mid-season and made massive nerfs and buffs to new heroes mid-season, and introduce maps mid-season. You know, I don't get it at all. It's like we have these seasons here, and they're here so that all of the major changes happen between the seasons.
Except they don't.
Except they don't. Sometimes they do, though.
Okay, that's good management.
It's just like, what is the fucking point of having seasons if you're going to be like, oh yeah, Anna, she's out mid-season 2, whatever, dude.
Because
and then like a year later, you're like, oh, by the way, Brigitte, you're not getting her until the end of this season, okay?
I mean, that's because, you know, Overwatch is so much of a competitive thing, you know, it's got to look the part, you know. Seasons don't actually matter, it's just the name seasons.
Yeah.
You know, it's like how, you know, you've got all the teams from all these different countries, but they're not.
Fuck. Yeah, okay.
Do we want
we're all
to
from just outside of London. And I feel a level, an extent of ownership of the you know, the London, like, yeah, you know, it's my country. England is my city.
I'm not going to indulge that. I'm not going to indulge that.
I get the sports frustration now. Where, you know, Manchester United is 90% Italian, guys. Because London Spitfire is entirely Koreans. And I don't hate Koreans, but what is the point of having nationality teams?
Yes, if they're all
location
Korean
teams.
Yeah.
If they're like literally everyone is Korean.
Yes.
There are Koreans and there are a few Americans in the Overwatch League. Most of the people in the Overwatch League are South Koreans. That's just, and it's like,
Yeah, and as people from England, you want someone to have eaten like fish and chips in their life. You know,
I mean, like there was Stylosa, you know, the big meme, the Rank Doesn't Matter guy.
I don't, but you and Zach talk about him so much. I know
He's
about him through
amazing, and I
osmosis.
love him.
Okay.
He did a video where he tried to teach British phrases to the London Spitfire team,
Right.
and then another video where he like fed them British food and stuff like that.
The actual team.
Yeah,
Oh shit, that sounds amazing.
he did like a promotional deal with them and everything.
Oh shit, I might actually check that out. Were they speaking like in broken English sort of thing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
What
yeah.
was this British
Oh
food?
my god,
Pizza, curry.
He tried to get them to say
Chinese.
things like "rank doesn't matter,"
Oh,
which
my
is
God.
his little catchphrase.
No, but he had to say phrases including the letter L, right? just curious.
We're virgin on racism here.
Verging, we're not there yet.
Well,
We can
well,
push it a bit further,
we
Louis.
can
We can
That
go.
could be
Come on.
the new motto of the podcast.
We're verging on racism here.
I mean, we originally had an idea where we would be like, "Welcome to non-stop misery," and then like you know, like a tagline.
Yes,
But we would make it a different, terrible tagline at the beginning of every episode.
yes. We
And
never did it
you know what?
because not because it wasn't funny, but because we're lazy as fuck.
Structure is very difficult, and it's very important to me that this isn't very structured.
I mean,
I
what are you on about? We've got great structure.
I leave all my
You know-
structure to my terrible videos, not the terrible podcasts.
Your one terrible video so far.
I mean, I'm nearly finished on the script for my
yeah?
next video.
Okay.
I was gonna enlist the aid of Rohit to talk about some esports because
Okay.
it's partially about esports.
Oh right, so it's not. I'm not sure I can say the code. I'll say the code names. It's not G for G, no.
Go wild. Just say what they are. No,
no, it's not.
G
Okay.
for G. I put like I'm nearly done with it, but I want to get this one out first
Got it.
because it's maybe
More relevant.
No, I mean I've left it too long
Okay.
for it to be relevant. But in my defense, my networking coursework devoured my life.
Okay.
So
And by devoured your life, you mean you had to chase up that one guy doing all your networking coursework?
dude, don't say that in public.
I mean, I'm being sarcastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, for real. I did a lot of my networking coursework. I was nearly done with it. and then I was going to hand in the nearly finished work, and then I found out I can get an extension because all of my lecturers were on strike, so they were giving everyone extensions.
Oh, the glorious United Kingdom.
So I've got a while.
Yes. Great.
But yeah,
Anyways,
I was going to finish. So the script is, since no one watches this, we can talk about it.
Okay.
It's probably going to be out in the next couple of days.
All right.
It's on violence in games. That's why,
okay.
because I was asking Josh for some Mass Effect footage. Because this is a
You don't need Josh for it. I'm pretty sure the White House has plenty.
the White House has some. I mean, Mass Effect. I want to talk about.
Wasn't Mass Effect on it? I know there was a couple of
I think
weird
it
ones.
was.
I think it was.
Um,
No, it was Fallout.
Dead-
Sorry, Fallout
Dead
was on it.
Space.
Alright.
and Dead
Oh,
Space
I
and
know
Fallout
Dead
were on
Space was on it, but like,
it. Yeah, just stomp, stomp, stomp.
and what
They
was
never
the...
showed any footage of the power gun though. You know,
Yeah, but you know, it's
the foam finger.
that's the thing. I could have found they could have hired me, and I'd find so much better footage for them. Like,
Yeah, Donald Trump. If you want to pay me like hundreds of thousands to slander video games, I'll do it. You know, I do care about this art, but
you know,
Money's money.
this offer goes out to the NRA as well. We'll take anything.
yeah.
The
I'm good
Non-Stop
with that.
Misery, sponsored by the NRA.
Oh god, that's yeah.
Oh wow.
Not-
Okay.
Verging on
Non-stop-
racism.
Non-stop death as well.
Oh no.
We're doing it, America.
No, we can't. We're British. We can't talk about guns.
We
That's just the
can't.
rule.
We can't. Yeah, we can't talk about school shootings, mainly because we don't have them.
Oh, throwing shade there. Actually, we did have them. There was a big one in Scotland
Yeah,
in the 90s.
Yeah, in the
Where-
90s.
Where Andy
And
Murray.
then-
Where Andy Murray. He was.
Oh yeah, he was.
What,
He
got a
survived
tennis
that
racket
one.
out?
But the thing is, after that,
no,
we did
Andy
something.
Murray was
yeah,
a kid in a school when they had a school shooting
up in
Scotland.
Scotland. Yeah,
he was actually
he was a
attending the
survivor
school.
of it. And I think only about 7 people died or something. But the thing is, what we did in the UK, it's a really weird thing, but we changed the laws regarding gun ownership post that one shooting, and we haven't had one since. So
I think we had one a solid 10 years later, and then we changed the laws again, and then we haven't had one since.
the point is,
So
they
you
happen
know,
once every
we
decade.
had one. Yeah, we had one. We changed the laws. Went 10 years without. We had another one. We changed the laws. And now we're over 10 years without.
I just looked up list of massacres in Great Britain, and it goes
Yes.
to 61 AD.
Yeah, no, no, seriously. For the UK, if
In
you go
Angles.
look
In
on
America, you might have to scroll a little
No,
bit far to
look,
get down
like,
to the 90s.
So that's the thing. So with the UK ones, there is one page for all massacres in history of the UK.
Yeah.
For America, there are multiple pages. You've got top 20 school shootings. You've got top 20 massacres
20.
in general.
I can imagine
20.
Watch Mojo making a video.
Oh my
man.
god. Top 10 school
Welcome
shootings.
to Watch Mojo.
You won't believe what happens next when he pulls the trigger.
Oh my god. Just
Hello and welcome to our gaming podcast.
I would not be surprised if they've done one of top 10 school shootings in films. Because I'm serious, that wouldn't surprise me.
All you other kids with your pump.
No, just
better run. I'll run my gun. Am I doing it? Am I
Oh
singing?
my god, they did it! Top 10 infamous mass shootings in the US. There we go.
Are you serious?
Top
Watch
10
Mojo
infamous
actually...
mass shootings in the US.
Oh, I literally typed
by
in top
Watch
10
Mojo.
and that come up.
Yeah.
Because of
Seriously?
Yeah, 4.6 million views 5 years ago. So that is out of date. Because as of, I think, a lot of the most deadly in America have been in the past 2 or 3 years. Like the...
Yeah, here we go. Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Told you they'd done it. They've got to update that. at
That
some
is
point.
classy. That is...
One of the comments says this new video needs to be updated once a year.
The sad thing is, it's kind of true. Like that's the thing. I think it's
Like,
it gets away because it
does-
says infamous rather than
Yeah.
deadliest. Because
I mean, we're gonna like live in a world where there are just like, you know, how we get games top 10s at the end of every year. You
yeah,
know, top
well,
10
Watch
games.
Mojo can
My
give out top 10
Shooting of the year.
or top 10 police body cam footage of 2017.
You know, the best thing is this is all run by me, so there's no executive to cancel this this conversation.
Oh, it's okay. The thumbs down will show it plenty. Because we are a gaming podcast and we spent the last 5 minutes talking about school shootings. We're gonna do well. On our second episode, no less. This is it's It's pretty good.
I mean, we were also going to rant about some beloved YouTubers.
We will, but I think if we get into that later.
Well, yeah, we're going to get onto that later.
yeah.
And also, I don't think the Clean Prince Gaming is beloved.
Okay, we'll come back to this. But anyway, so is it just Overwatch mainly what you've been playing?
I played some more Subnautica, and I have actual things to say on it.
Oh yeah, Josh, have you played Subnautica actually? Because I have.
No.
Well. You haven't? Okay.
I
I'd
will do
really
sometime.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly if you get on sale. Like, I don't usually like crafting survival games, and it's honestly one of the best games this year.
I mean, that's because it's like
It's not hard.
a linear adventure game.
It's it's actually got a plot to it.
It's set in a big open world, and you go around and you do stuff. But it is a linear adventure game. You have an objective. You do things to do that objective. You carry on until you finish the game.
Well,
and that's what's so good about it.
yes.
It's got this thing called structure, which I personally haven't heard of. As you can see by this podcast.
I mean, that's the thing.
But I think it's quite good.
It's got structure to it, but at the same time, you can go off and do your own thing.
Yeah.
There is an end goal. But
I
you
personally
don't
don't think it's got enough structure.
I
I find myself being like, what? Constantly. Maybe I'm just stupid.
don't know.
Can we? Okay, I'm gonna just write this here.
Okay.
Spoilery stuff from here on out because I don't give a fuck.
Okay, Josh, are you okay
so
with
I'm
this
just
actually?
gonna
Or...
talk freely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right then.
How far are you, Adam?
Me, I've got two. So, have you had the call from the saving ship?
Yeah.
Have they arrived at the planet yet?
Yes.
Have they been...
Yes.
Yeah, unsuccessful. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's about
and
the point
you've
I've...
presumably explored the alien place then.
Yeah, no, I've got to the end of that. Yeah. So I've got to that point. I've just started. So the plot of the game, as it turns out, is there is an illness on the planet, and basically that's it. It's been quarantined. That's the point why there are alien lasers shooting things down, stuff like that. And it's supposedly uncurable, but there are alien research places which you can find, and therefore, try and find a cure for this disease so you can escape the planet.
And then once you cure it,
You're free to go.
the planet.
Yeah, effectively. You can build a rocket and you can leave. And that's the basic principle behind the game. And it introduced it so well. Like, it's done really well. It subtly brings it up slowly. And that's kind of...
you come across a fish at one point.
Yes.
And when you scan it, it's like, hey dude, I think there might be like an infection going on with this fish.
Well, I mean, they all look fucked up and weird, so it could be whatever, but, I mean, one of the things I love is, like, you can do a thing called... have you ever self-scanned yourself?
Yeah, and it'll say you're infected after a while.
Yeah, after a while, it'll say foreign bodies detected.
Showing signs of infection.
Yeah, and it says stuff like unknown what causes, but it isn't causing health issues. So, it plants the hint, and this is something completely optional. It's just like an option you can do, and it brings it up so subtly. I think it's really clever. I like how it does it. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying about it in regards to like structure? Because I'm assuming you've got to a similar point to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
I explored the alien base. I went through the teleporter on the island you go to the teleporter on the other island where
Yes.
I found the human settlement that was all fucked up.
Oh shit! I don't think I've done that one.
Okay.
Because I
And then I
explored the
couldn't
ruins and didn't
find
find teleport.
Then I couldn't find the teleporter back to the other island. So I had to swim back all the way back to the other island from the other island to get my fucking Seamoth.
Wow. Okay. Did you not have? I'm assuming you have the sea guide.
Yeah, I did.
Good. I was gonna say swimming normally. Like holy shit. Okay.
But
smart move.
It's because I'm at that point. I've shut it down at that point while I'm
Yes.
swimming to the other island, and I don't really know where to go from here.
I mean, personally, I'm not sure about you. Before you found the first alien
I find
settlement,
myself being a little bit aimless.
I mean,
And then the game's just like, hey, do this thing, and then I do this thing, and then I progress, and then I'm aimless again, and then the game's like, hey, do this thing, and then I find,
I mean,
it's not.
I think that's the
It's
thing
not
because
quite a natural pacing to me.
it's not, but at the same time, it is a open world crafting game. Bottom line, and a lot of those games
Yeah.
really don't have anywhere near the amount
Any
of structure
at
as this.
all.
Exactly. If we compare it to,
But just because all of the other games are terrible,
Oh, no,
that
I'm
doesn't
not
mean
saying
that
that.
we should we should be praising this game for being good.
Yes. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not...
Instead of being, because it could be brilliant.
It could be done
and
better, but at the same time, I've not had many huge issues. Like, for example, did you find any other alien settlements before you found the alien base?
I found an alien vent near the Aurora.
Right, because I can't remember where I was, but I was looking for a survivor from the radio station, and it says, our pod's here and whatever. And I stumbled across an alien sort of place, like completely out of nowhere, but it was close to one of my other things. And because I think a lot of it's about exploration, and it's kind of because I was digging.
Have you?
I was looking around there and I found it
and done all that.
Oh
shit?
god, yeah, no, I've been in the Aurora and everything.
Okay.
The only thing I haven't done is unlock the captain's chamber, and I'm not sure from looking online if you can yet. But there's one door you can't unlock from what I can find, so I'm hoping that's a secret for later on. But I don't know.
I have no idea.
Neither do I. But ultimately, for a crafting
really
survival
enjoying
map, I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Because it's
I did bring up last week though that I can't tell if I want it to have co-op or not.
Yes. No, exactly.
Because I think I'd honestly play it more if it did. I think that I would, pick it up and play it and make it a big thing. But we have got to play the way out. By the way,
we do.
I'm gonna be home in a few days now. So
all right, cool.
Pretty hyped.
Cool.
That doesn't sound like a bad shout. Yeah, no, because we'll come on to that. Because games this week, moving on from Subnautica slightly, but games this week, there have been a lot of big releases.
We got us a Studio Ghibli game, boys.
That's the thing. We've had, I think, 5 pretty big games this past week. We've had
5.
Yeah, I think so. We've had A Way Out. We've had Detective fucking Pikachu.
Really?
Yeah, Detective Pikachu came out this week. We've had Ni no Kuni's just been released. We've had Sea of Thieves, Attack on Titan 2.
Sea of Thieves failed to make a splash.
Yeah, okay. And we also had Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered.
I hate myself.
Far Cry 5's out today, isn't it? Wasn't it?
No, it's not. It's out on 27th. So
how long have I
days.
been under in the coursework mode for? When I just suddenly surface and everyone's like, "Hey, video games."
I mean, to be fair, this year so far,
I realized that A Way Out was today because somebody put it in a group chat like, "Hey, A Way Out is out today," and I was like, "Wait, what? I thought it was out in like forever. I thought it was out in Holiday 28. What?
Yeah, no,
Video games?
I know that's the thing.
Quite
It kind of
released,
this week snuck up on me. I think that's because has there been any other big releases this year aside from Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Well, those are pretty fucking big.
I know
Looking
they're
back.
huge, and I've only played Monster Hunter World myself.
I mean, I'm quite involved in the fighting game community at my uni.
Yeah.
I'm not a fighting game person, but just because it's a massive part of ComSoc.
Yeah.
And they went insane over
I
it.
am
It
not
is
surprised.
massive.
I have,
And then the same thing over the Smash for Switch announcement.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm now hosting a launch party when it comes out.
Hey. I mean, for me, I suck at fighting games, but I love them. If that makes sense. I've played Guilty Gear Xrd, which is the company's previous game.
I mean, apparently that has very good tutorials.
Oh, it's got excellent tutorials. I actually understood how to play, which is something I've never done, apart from with Skullgirls, maybe. But that I was paying attention for other reasons. With
So this is
Skullgirls.
something really weird that I'm gonna totally bring up to you because I haven't actually talked to you about my new script.
That's basically what this podcast is. We're script checking,
Yeah.
We're recording our conversations, and
I've
if you wanna
done
listen
it
to them,
before
sure.
to make sure that I'm not totally off the mark here.
Yes.
But it's shit like how do I put it? Esports and competitive games that are about shooting or punching things.
Yes.
Aren't violent. They're not about violence. They're not about shooting or punching things.
No.
I'm
get you,
trying to
yeah.
bring this up in the context of the Olympics, announcing that they're not accepting violent
Battle
esports
Royale.
into their roster.
Oh, really? Okay.
I
I didn't know that the Olympics were even accepting esports. I know it was a big
they're
conversation.
considering games like Rocket League. I think.
Oh, Rocket League.
It's
Okay.
been
okay.
suggested. It's a conversation, but
Okay.
I'm gonna read you this quote, which is the reason that they're not considering games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike.
Okay.
We want to promote non-discrimination, non-violence, and peace amongst people. This doesn't match with video games, which are about violence, explosions, and killing. And we have to draw a clear line.
Okay.
I'm not sure where discrimination comes into it.
Yeah, I don't know where discrimination. Unless they're trying to go with like the fucking whole cliche of it being Koreans and shit.
I doubt it. I think you also
good.
have to ignore the fact that there are multiple Olympic sports that are about weapon skills.
Yes.
Like
And
shooting
punching
and
people.
others that are literally about fighting people.
Yeah.
Fencing, boxing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ignoring that and thinking that virtual violence is somehow worse than literally punching a person.
I mean, the thing. Yeah, go on.
I just sort of I bring up this whole idea that Counter-Strike isn't really about shooting terrorists.
It's not. I mean,
if you're, it's more about like the abstract concepts of precision and teamwork and
It is.
You're in
timing
mindset.
and
You're not thinking. You
angles,
just killed the guy.
communication, situational awareness, and knowledge.
Oh, certainly.
And you stop seeing it. I think this is especially a thing with fighting games, where fighting games aren't about two dudes punching each other. And if you really, really want to be hyper literal, I'd still say that they're about two dudes aggressively pressing buttons at each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fighting games really are. I'm certain that with enough talent, you could make a fighting game that isn't about fighting. Like, I'm certain you can make a fighting game where the
at the same time,
the visual representation of the mechanics isn't fighting.
Well, at the same time,
It
even
would probably look like DDR.
possibly, but at the same time, it's like with the sort of conversation we're having with how boxing and fencing and things like that, these all should be in the Olympics. It's more the fact that like these games follow the same sort of principles. It's about getting points until opponent's knocked out.
I mean, I thought that with Overwatch. Overwatch is the competitive game that I know best.
Yes.
And Overwatch, Stylosa, who we brought up earlier, he fucking loves comparing Overwatch to football.
Yes, I can see that.
I can see that.
And the sort of the high concepts of Overwatch and football are fairly similar, and you can argue away that you've got your attackers, your tanks, and your supports in Overwatch. And
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about football for a minute. You've never seen a game of football, have you?
I know.
Oh, I
football.
love Rooney. He plays tank.
I think my brother plays Widowmaker in his school's team.
Oh yeah, that's probably
I'm not
Neymar.
sure.
Neymar's a great sniper.
I know nothing about football, but if you
We
tell a
can
football
tell.
player to like hang around a star player to
Yeah.
prevent them from getting past the ball and trying to score, that's pretty much the same as being like
marking.
McCree, fucking
Yeah.
focus the widow or whatever.
Yeah.
And you've got the strikers bear a resemblance.
Yeah.
to
No,
the-
I'm completely with you. The only bit I disagree with you would be the theming of Counter-Strike.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do like Counter-Strike for kids? Has anyone seen that machinima?
No.
Oh,
As in literally.
Pick up a wheel gun.
No. I'm not. As in, I'm just saying.
I'm planning the birthday cake.
Not quite that, but as in, it's more the fact that I'm not sure a game about fighting terrorists
Okay,
within
so
an
this
organisation
was
which has had
a
problems with
specific-
terrorists in the past.
Yeah, so this was the specific Counter-Strike issue.
That's
you
the
don't-
only specific one.
Overwatch, not so much.
No. I don't see it at
League
all
of
with
Legends
Dota or
and
LoL.
Dota. League of Legends and Dota are a less, I don't know the word, a less blatantly violent than games like Counter-Strike. You can see the systems there that make it basically sports.
Yeah. Oh no, exactly.
A lot easier. It's a lot harder to suspend that idea that it's about violence.
Yes.
you know, that you've got. I mean, I don't actually know a lot about. I used to play ADC in Smite, and my job was when the supports had created space by using CCs for me to capitalize on that space created, and me saying something like that probably sounds really familiar to like a rugby player or something, you know?
Yes.
Oh,
no,
I don't know.
It's the same concept you find in a lot of sports. The same concepts, and same with games.
Yeah.
Ultimately, a lot of games, particularly competitive ones, they are ultimately sports. It's a competition. It's
as a visual medium and as a digital medium, we're not gonna represent it with the same like physical ideals that sports are.
No, not.
But it's still what it is mastery of a rule set.
Yes. Mastery of a rule set and skill. Mastery of skill as well.
And I found that
talent,
conversation
in a way.
really interesting, and that's roughly half my new video. The other part is on how games should use violence more sparingly.
Yes.
And if Mass Effect didn't have obligatory shooting sections, it would have been better.
I'm assuming you're going to use the famous Witcher example.
I actually put up The Witcher. Yeah. Because obviously one of the best parts of The Witcher is the Hearts of Stone DLC, where you just go around a wedding talking to people.
That was awesome, I bet.
Exactly.
The Witcher's the combat in The Witcher is definitely the most complex system in the game. It's the one that the programmers likely spent the most time at, and it's really, really. I'm not going to say deep, like mechanically, but there's a lot going on there.
It's hard to get into, but once you kind of master it, you feel good.
Yeah, but it's still kind of not by any stretch the best part of the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. It pales so much. Like if you put that in any game, I think this combat's pretty competent.
But it kind of compares to Zelda games. You know, Zelda games.
Yeah,
you've got your Z targeting and you're hitting things, but the
combat,
and wandering around is the part, and. We have this like weird, because I love, don't get me wrong, I love violent games. You got like Doom, you know, Just Cause, games that are like about, you know, that
anarchy,
combat.
Destruction, and
amazing
blood. Yes,
amazing stuff. And of course, on the more artistic end, you take something like Spec Ops: The Line. If you take the third person shooting out of that, then it's kind of just a little bit neutered, isn't it? It's nothing.
Of course,
yes, Josh.
You see, this is why
I was trying to work in a natural pause, so we could.
This is subtle, right? This is subtlety. This
is why.
And we are going to take a break here. Listen to a few words for your sponsors. Yeah.
All right. Are we going? Are we actually rolling now, or are we just kind of?
Yeah, we are. I was going to see if I could chop it up a bit, so part of me and Adam's conversation was included and part of it wasn't and stuff. Then again, I have no idea what we were talking about.
We were, before this, we were still talking about the Mass Effect sort of thing. So actually,
yeah, but why did I bring
up...
Why did I bring up TV, though? That's the question.
Because we were talking about comparing the gamers and the gaming community to a YouTuber. Like, I see a lot of gamers as TB, or for big being like Angry Joe.
No, but why did I bring up I see a lot of gamers as TV?
Because you were saying, like, if Mass Effect took out the combat... Then,
there we go. That's it. Yes. Shit like, Journey isn't a real game because you don't shoot any aliens in it.
I mean... Honestly, to me, a lot of the reason I see the combat in Mass Effect is for flavor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't work as flavor because the game has a very clear structure.
It doesn't...
Where it's story bit, shoot some things for a bit, story bit. Story bit, shoot some things for a bit, story bit.
Yes, no, it does.
And what it is there for, it doesn't enhance the game, it doesn't do anything to it.
Well, it's the same...
It's this has to be a third person shooter.
Well, it's the same sort of thing with
because I love Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But they have this like, you know, this has to be a third person shooter because if it's not, if the game is, if you don't shoot things, then it's not a video game. You got to shoot.
I mean,
things.
it could have been something different. It's kind of it's more the fact.
So Shepard is a soldier, and he is at war with violent enemies. So it stands to reason there would be some combat.
Yes,
but that's not how the combat is framed in Mass Effect. It's not. It's not like that. You know, it's story bit shoots some dudes. Story bit shoots some dudes. I think that if it used the combat a lot more sparingly,
at the same time,
it can be.
There is a.
If you are playing it more tactical, which I have been in recent playthroughs, and you have a sort of synergy with your squad mates, you can, in your own kind of head, play a lore of getting better with your team in combat as well as just getting to know them personally.
Yeah, playing it more as an RPG.
You have to
sort of thing.
really force yourself. You could do that. You could make that a thing, but the current system that's not what that is.
I mean, I see it,
and the abilities, loyalty abilities in Mass Effect 2 are binary.
Yes.
So it's not like you do combat with people and that increases the trust that they have in you, and therefore your efficiency in combat improves together, because that's a nice little thematic tie over combat. What it is you do the loyalty mission, and when you complete the loyalty mission, they get an ability.
Yeah.
And the loyalty mission is, it's you talk to them, they have a problem, you do some shooting, and then they're thanks for solving the problem, Shepard. And the two bits at the beginning, and end are absolutely brilliant. Most of the time, because the characters in Mass Effect are absolutely brilliant.
Yes,
it's
just
the bit
the
in between
bit.
where you
it's
shoot
always,
some things.
The solution's always
It's
shooting.
always shoot some things, and sometimes it's totally fucking what. Hey, Zaid, you're a very violent person, and you need to learn to be less of a terrible person who murders everyone. Let's go shoot some people.
Yes, no, what was my favourite one?
And then at the end, when you meet the final boss, the good decision is to have you not shoot him after you've murdered roughly 100 other people. So what's the fucking point?
No, what's the one where you are looking for what's-his-face's dad?
Jacob's dad.
Jacob's dad.
They're just like, hey, mechs, because this needs to have combat.
Exactly. We're throwing in fucking mechs. Yeah. No, it does do that, but at the same time...
You're on a completely uninhabited planet, besides, like, 2 people. And you're wandering around and you're exploring this planet trying to find out what happened. And every now and then the game's just like, hey, shoot some mechs. And the mechs start shooting at you. And that is exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I'm with you. But at the same time, I understand why it's there. Because if you have, like, a long... Hours upon hours, like, in movies, they have things in the middle to chop up a lot of the story and things like that. It's present everywhere, and particularly with games where it's much longer. I agree with you, it's not thematically appropriate a lot of the time, and I think if they had something else...
I mean, there was never a moment... there was never... I was watching The Post the other day in the cinema, the one with Meryl Streep.
Yep.
I brought her up 2 episodes in a row now for some reason. And there was never a moment in The Post, which is, a movie about, printing the fucking Nixon tapes.
Yeah.
There was never a moment where it was like, not the Nixon tapes, but, government leaks about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
There was never a moment where they were like, oh, you're probably bored of Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep arguing morality with each other. So I'm going to show you some dudes shooting each other.
No, but...
who cares whether it fits the story or not? You're probably bored.
But the point is, okay, so if you compare it then, why shouldn't Mass Effect be a film then? If it's as an interactive medium, like... So
the Night in the Woods dev brought this up on Twitter once.
Okay.
Why is this a game? It's a game because the person who's a game developer, because the person who made it was a game developer. You've got a thing you want to make. You use your skills to make it.
Yes.
And a movie, a director, he wants to make a movie. So what does he do? He directs a movie. A game developer wants to make a game, so what does he do? He directs a game. There are more ways than combat that you can take advantage of the medium of games. You don't just have to shoot things for it to be, well, why wasn't this a movie? Okay, people shoot people in movies.
No, exactly. But, like, my point, in movies, so a lot of the time, like, in the post, you'll probably notice they break up the case because it's not all plot, I'm assuming. It's not every scene is not, this is the plot, this is the plot, this is the plot. There's character development And there's things away from the
Well,
plot
I
as well,
mean, the
side
plot
stories
in
and
Mass
things.
Effect is character development.
Yeah.
Because the overarching plot of Mass Effect is absolute garbage.
we're
Well,
gonna-
Mass Effect
we're
2
gonna-
is pointless in terms of.
Yeah, Mass
Getting
Effect
the
2
plot
doesn't
anywhere.
mean anything. It's
Yes.
entirely episodic plots of this is this character's story, this is this character's story,
Yeah.
this is this character's story, and the middle of the story has you shoot some people. And
Yes.
Having said that, I think it's still my favourite.
it is my
2?
favourite too.
Oh no,
Yeah.
2's my favorite.
Because
I
I'm
think 2's
not- I'm not-
everyone's favorite.
I'm not criticizing it for being this is this person's
No,
story.
it's-
I
Yeah,
much
no,
prefer
no,
the
no,
Real
it's all-
Hell,
episodic
nothing
structure.
really happens, but it's still considered the best because it probably was the best for terms of.
Nothing really happens because the overarching plot of Mass Effect is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the Reapers are coming to get us. And by the end, I'm like, yeah, okay. Can I go back to the interesting characters, please?
I mean, I kind of like the overarching plot. On the other hand, I love me some
I've heard
Lovecraftian end of the time sort of
Yeah,
shit.
I love that shit. But I've heard
And-
a really cool story would be if they had 2 was the first game. So colonies are going
Yes.
disappearing, and you're investigating. You're not sure what's going on. And you're building a team, and at the end you find out it's the Reapers. And then 2 would be stopping Sovereign,
Yeah,
and then it would then
Yeah.
go into 3 when they finally turn up.
and then
they
fuck up
needed
the
more
ending.
of the suicide mission style stuff
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
because that was Mass Effect at its peak.
Yeah,
Um,
the suicide
and
mission
just
is
just I just need to sort of put in there the entire conversation about violence. The violence in the suicide mission mattered.
yes,
it was.
no, exactly. It's
There was a lot of stakes to it, and that's one thing about sparing use of violence in any game.
Well,
it
it's
can
a bit
be
like,
emotionally impactful.
yeah. So if we
you know,
give an example of, at least in my opinion, what a good combat in the side missions would be the Krogan arc. You know, Krogans are an incredibly warlike and violent race. I thought it made sense to have heavy combat emphasis in that side
they
mission.
make you shoot
with-
things just
Yeah.
to prove yourself to them, and that's totally Krogan.
Exactly. That is an example
Yeah.
of a good side mission. But most
But
side missions
maybe
didn't.
maybe the loyalty mission where you teach Saeed to be less of a murderous thug
Yeah.
should not involve you killing 100 people.
Yeah, maybe not. Or maybe when you're who's the girl with the biotic?
Jack. It's
Jack.
exactly the same with Jack.
Yeah, you know, a violent murderer, maybe not. You know,
Shepard is the sort of guy, at least mine is,
Mm.
or gal, that would consider taking a life to be like a last resort.
yes.
And he preaches that to characters like Jack and Zaid.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout the course of the loyalty missions with those, you murder hundreds of people.
Yes.
And then the moral choice has you forcing this character to save one life.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, one, that's thematically fucked. And two, the part where you kill hundreds of people doesn't really add anything besides fairly mediocre combat for maybe half an hour, an hour. And adding combat like that to games that don't need it, it just means that there's more filler.
I was going to say, do you hear
killer.
that sound of padding?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's because it's a lot easier to make 15 hours of shooting dudes in chest-high walls
Yes.
than it is to make 15 hours of like really, really good storytelling.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
God, yeah.
also it's not just easier; it's more expensive.
Unless your name is The Witcher 3.
Yeah, but you know,
I was going to say that
they're Polish.
that
But that
was
goes
made
into the
on
whole- that goes into
Slavic
the whole thing.
Slavic
Yeah,
yeah, they
vodka and
probably
magic.
died to make it.
Oh, they
you
did.
know?
Like, I'm not sure if you heard recently in the news about a lot of people complaining about the practices at CD Projekt Red. Like
Yeah.
they are white knuckling. Like they are really
Really?
pushed to the limit. And
yeah.
I'm not surprised looking at the shit they've produced. Have
But
like that's
my
sorry. Go
so
on.
my violence in game script and the whole message behind it is less games shouldn't be violent and more we should consider our use of violence in games, because I think a lot of games could be a lot stronger if they didn't have obligatory combat.
Yeah, no, it depends on the
basically.
game.
And then,
Like,
obviously,
for example,
the
if-
other completely separate half of violent esports games aren't about violence.
Yes, I mean, they both tie under the same
Which are
thing, but
two, yeah.
Well, it's a
which are
bit like,
two,
for
I
example-
think, two very fun ideas
yeah.
to talk about.
Well, I mean that's the thing, because it is about depending on the game. Because if you said, say, Doom needed less violence, I think
Doom
you're
is
objectively
violence.
wrong. You
Like,
know?
yeah. and it's the same, like, Just Cause needs less explosions. Just Cause is explosions.
Or like Hotline Miami needs less violence.
Hotline Miami is about that, yeah.
It's about the point is about violence. That's why it goes silent at the end. Exactly. It's all about
Spec
does
Ops
it
The
belong?
Line as well.
Yes, I mean,
I need to finish that.
Josh, have you played Spec Ops?
I've played about 3/4 of it.
Okay.
I never finished it. I need to go back and finish
How come?
it.
How come you stopped?
It's
I
a
don't
modern
know.
masterpiece,
I never
dude.
finished it.
That's the thing. I like Spec Ops, and that's where I end.
I think it was the gameplay that pissed me off, was the constant shooting people.
Yeah, and that's the point, admitted. But it didn't.
I do wanna be that guy. Like, people get
Yeah.
really pissed off at people that shout that's the point, but that's
the point. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be tedious, and I get that.
That was a big outcry when The Last Jedi happened, wasn't it?
Oh god, let's not. Again, we're not far enough away from Star Wars yet. I can't talk about Star
Sorry,
Wars.
I'm allowed to criticize Total Biscuit, but we can't talk about Star Wars.
No, we can't talk about Star Wars yet because, Jesus, that's toxic. Plus, I also want to mention that with what was I going to say? You've got me off. That's the big problem I have with Spec Ops. Not the lack of choice, but it's more the. It's just like a lot of things. It didn't feel like it was my fault. So one of the big aspects of Spec Ops. So a bit of spoilers. There is one of the best. The points that people bring up a lot is the white phosphorus scene, and everyone brings that one up, and that's great. But it's more the fact that you can see the people before you do it, and it's more. There is no way to progress without
but if
doing
you're
it.
just mindlessly playing the game, you're not gonna notice.
No, you are,
You're
but
like,
I
the
did.
Call of Duty shit, you see the Russian dudes running about. Like,
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
There is a direct analog to scenes in Modern Warfare 2.
It is, but I think because
where you're just in an AC-130 just blowing up Russian farmhouses or some shit.
But I think for me, because I went in knowing it, and I know a bunch of people also complained it,
but
because I knew it, and I thought I don't want to kill all these.
I know that it's not your choice, but it ties into that like Undertale thing.
Oh no, it works well, but
at the end where they're like, do you want to delete all of this and start again just to see what happens? The only reason anyone who worked it out is ever going to carry on is just to see what happens, and
no, I know that, but at the same time, it just felt like, it's kind of, you see it, and it feels like the game is saying, okay, you've got to do this to progress, and therefore I feel less guilty. There are games where it's like...
Yeah, but it's not about making you feel guilty.
I think it should... I'd say fair amounts of it is.
The game isn't a guilt trip.
No, but it should make, the decisions make more impact, if it feels like something you've done rather than the character. Sort of thing, if that makes sense.
I mean, it depends on how you view the game. It's less anti-war as much as it is anti-mindless war game.
I mean,
Spec Ops.
Well, ultimately, there was no war in it. It wasn't. There was no conflict. It was a rescue mission gone wrong.
So yeah, but I think it's like the line liking Spec Ops the war for the shooting is kind of like that thing where Donald Trump walked out on stage playing Born in the USA.
Yes.
Because Spec Ops the Line is sort of Team America the game.
It's
not team. No, sorry.
That's probably the
it's
wrong
that song.
Sorry,
but if you're, the song America, that.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, but
I was gonna say Team America.
It's less about. Like fuck.
Manliness and yes,
the
guns.
war in the Middle East.
Yes.
So much about
a criticism of it
in the war. No, it's got
criticism of the stuff around.
It's not concerned with war. It's concerned with video games about war.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. So I don't know. I don't feel so getting funny when I have to do things in the game.
I mean,
but I do pick it up and be like, wow, we're literally descending, huh?
I mean, that's the thing.
This is pretty shitty, and yeah.
And it did get really shitty, but it felt like the game wanted to give more an emotional impact, and I didn't get as much emotional impact out of it as I wanted to, if that makes sense. There was a lot of... It was good critique, but I didn't get the emotion out of it I wanted.
The comparison between Undertale and Spec Ops is really interesting.
Yes, and maybe that's a thing for a video.
Weirdly enough, they're both about very similar things.
Well, yeah, they're about cute monster girls. You know, it's.
I do like cute monster girls.
Exactly, it's all about that. And yes, anyway, maybe we should move on from this exceptionally depressing section.
How did we get to this again?
This is
a
a
Mass
podcast
Effect.
about video
I
games.
know.
Mass
Compare
Effect,
this
wasn't it?
episode to last one. Holy shit, we have just.
This is the Empire Strikes Back
Of the podcast.
Non-stop misery.
Oh my god.
I
have to
almost
end
said
on
The
some kind of
Last
shocker.
Jedi.
Oh my
But-
god. No, it's more the fact that holy shit, what's gonna happen in episode 4?
Then I'd get a shit ton of dislikes, and somebody would
Well,
be
we're
like,
gonna Phantom
"What
Menace
happened
it."
in that bit where it went silent for 11 minutes?"
No, episode 4 is the Phantom fucking Menace. Is that when we bring Nikki or Pat in?
The Phantom Menace. We just have like somebody in the Discord group who isn't saying anything.
Oh no, that's that. No, they had to be saying something, like just slightly
Maybe
racist
just
things.
typing.
Oh, anyway,
We can bring someone on to rant about Korean people.
Let's get Nikki on.
I was gonna say we know the perfect guy.
No.
Oh, anyway, well, our friends aren't racist or shitheads, by the way. We're not.
Just one.
I
of them.
swear. Just. Oh god damn it. We are presenting people in the worst light. It's great. It's perfect. Just what we need. So Josh, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, God. I've played so much shit in the last week.
When you say so much shit, as in a lot of stuff or so much crap?
A lot of stuff.
Okay.
I could list it all and then go through it because I've literally been kind of jumping in and out of lots of games.
Yes, no, I've done
Yeah,
that a
go
bit as
wild.
well.
We'll derail the shit out of you then.
We will.
Watch Dogs. Let me just say what they all are before we.
Hang on, are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Watch Dogs 2. Right?
Yes! No, sorry,
Yeah.
I want to stop
Yeah.
there because I've
Watch
been
Dogs
playing the
2.
shit out of that.
And then also GTA 5 online. Get back into that a bit recently. We're doing heists and shit.
Okay,
Oh,
I've got-
so you're a sadist too.
What have I been playing? Fortnite. Still carrying with that.
I haven't touched that, so I
And
can't.
I have
comment.
gone back to Destiny 2 as well.
Ooh,
Which
okay.
is an interesting one.
I want to
yeah.
ask you about that one, actually.
Alright, we'll start with Destiny then.
But well, actually, first I want to start with Watch Dogs, if that's all right.
Alright, fine.
Because I've been playing the shit out of that recently.
I haven't
Because
played much of it. I'm
Oh, you
kind
haven't?
of the last story mission I did was when you go into the match underground and knock over the stones of the
yep, no, I've
church
just done that
people.
one. Have you done the home one as well, or not?
Home one.
The one
Oh,
about
what with all the robot things going on?
Yeah, the robot things.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
okay,
know that one,
yeah. No, I'm at the same point on my second or I think third run through. I can't remember. And I've just got to that same point. What do you think of it?
It's fucking amazing.
Yes.
I just love how it. I'll say the little details like
Mm-hmm.
the way you have music on your phone and you can hear it and use like the app to
Oh god,
get
yeah.
more songs and
And
shit
when you
like
turn
that.
it off, he pops his earbuds out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take his headphones
Or
out.
if he's talking to people, they come out straight away. Yep.
Yeah, the fact that you got Google Maps kind of version of that for your tracking
Noodle
and
maps.
shit like that.
It's such clever.
And yeah, it kind of sort of hinting on that.
Oh, it's like the.
then
Have
also
you noticed
just-
the Uber app?
No.
Driver San
called- yeah.
Francisco.
Oh, is that what that is? I wonder what that was.
It's you are an Uber driver, and they've
You
called
become
it.
an
Oh,
Uber driver
really?
and you do loads of
Yep.
really fun in episodes, and
Yep.
most of them are like references to shit, like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're
fucking-
great.
Oh my god, what is the movie about the robot? What is it?
Johnny Five, Short Circuit.
No, Short Circuit. There we go.
Yeah, it literally outright says it's Short Circuit pretty much. It's
Well,
great.
I'd forgotten the name.
No,
of
I know, but
Short
as in
Circuit.
literally, like, that's the thing. There are so many. The game has so much love and heart into it. I'm surprised
Yeah,
Ubisoft made
it's,
it.
it's
It
pretty
really is.
insane how
It's
much went into it.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. Would you agree or disagree if I said it's the best Ubisoft game?
In recent years, yeah.
In recent years, definitely. The only argument I would put up with that
I
would be the Rayman games.
feel like, despite the fact that I love it, Watch Dogs 2 is another game that's fundamentally flawed because of its use of violence.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not suddenly
no,
becoming
that's the thing.
anti-violence, but
How are
Watch
you?
Dogs 2 is not a game that should have guns in it.
Well, that's the
And-
thing. How are you
and
playing Watch Dogs 2,
I'm
Josh?
trying to be really stealthy because it seems like whenever you do get in combat, you get your ass handed to you quite easily.
It's not the fact that you get your ass handed to you. It's the fact that you've got your fun hipster hacker people.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah,
become
and
murderers.
Laser, fucking
I like how
3D
you print
printing.
guns. I like how you print guns on the 3D printer.
Why?
I mean,
Well,
Why?
no,
Have you
'cause,
met
no.
the characters? Are they the
No,
kind
'cause
of
when I
people
very
that
first
3D
started-
print grenade launchers?
No, because
fight,
yeah,
and then
because
go
I'm
and,
kind of
and then go
I'm
and
using-
murder some innocent security workers so that they can play a prank.
Yeah,
on
I
a
do
movie
find that how
studio
it's kind of
for
endlessly
making
violent
a film they
for no
didn't
reason.
like.
yes.
Yeah, how you go and murder a load of film studios just to get a script and shit like that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work
Like,
at all. It is the
The
definition of
Watch Dogs-
ludonarrative dissonance.
I don't care about the ludonarrative dissonance. I just think it kind of harms the game a bit in terms of gameplay. Like Watch Dogs 2 in particular, it shouldn't be a game where your characters really resort to
Murder,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff, and it's much more fun when you don't play it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
the
seriously,
same way
I'm
that
trying
the-
not to. I'm trying to be as stealthy as anything.
Yeah, I know,
definitely
but
do.
the fact that
Last
the fact that it's there is a problem.
Yeah, and
I
it's
really
not. It's not
hope
even a
that in
last resort
3,
that you can
because
kind of get out of a
rumour
little bit. It's-
rumor has it that the third one might be set in Camden.
Yes, which I
okay.
have.
And I was writing a script on that
Yeah.
because I want the third one to have no guns and no
Mm-hmm.
cars. Because those are the two worst parts of Watch Dogs 2.
I
guns
don't-
and
I
the
don't know,
cars.
because I really like, again, the small things which the cars allow. I enjoy the open world for what it's worth. I enjoy
Well,
the sights and the small stories.
the electric cars, when you hack them and using them as hackable objects, are fun. But
Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
You cut out of it there. Yeah.
using the cars as hackable objects is cool and fun.
Yeah, no, but as in, like, for
Driving
example,
them
we
from
talked
place
about
to
Drive
place
San
doesn't
Francisco.
Really give you.
We were talking about the Drive San
Yeah,
Francisco, and that subplot
I-
wouldn't be there. You know, it's
I think you could do.
you could do it around it,
that kind of-
arguably, but
Can you hold on? You could do the game a lot better in a Deus Ex style open world, in the style of Mankind Divided and Human Revolution.
sort of. I mean, I've been playing. That's one of the games I've been playing this week, Mankind Divided,
Okay, cool.
and it's
Well,
weird.
yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that it's a perfect game.
It's
and
not a
you put
perfect
your
game at
stupid
all, but
fucking
it's-
Org Lives Matter allegory there.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's got if you ignore the story and you just look at it for the gameplay, it is a very good BioShock sort of. It's a shock game, effectively. That's what Deus Ex is,
I mean,
and the
immersive
level
sim.
design is great. All the little stories and things found when you're going through things, and all the how everything's interconnected, and all the ways in and out of stuff stealthily or guns blazing. It's great.
That's
Is that your
how
fir-
I'd
is it your first
rather
playthrough, or
Watch
you
Dogs
played before?
was structured.
Sort of. I like the open world personally. I think it adds a lot of personality, especially in San Francisco. It adds so much to that for me, that sort of thing. But I know you disagree. For me, like when you're going around taking pictures, and then the Scooby Gang is all like, "Hey, we need
Oh,
pizza for
trust
you."
me, I think they did an amazing job making the open world work.
They did.
But I think it's, I think that it's getting something, because Ubisoft games have to be open world at this point. That's the Ubisoft
all the big
system.
ones, yes. Again, like
the Ubisoft have open world is our thing. We make open world games. The Ubisoft Tower is the thing they're famous for. and everything
apart
like that.
from the smaller stuff, like because as I was saying, like the only
Dude,
argument in
Rainbow
recent
Six
years-
Siege cannot be an open world game.
No, I was going to argue Rayman.
Well, yeah, but you can't make an open world 2D.
Oh, Ubisoft can.
Fun
Do
away.
not challenge them. If they listen
You
to this
get my
video,
point,
they're like,
though.
"Holy
all
shit,
of
we gotta
their,
do this."
all of their games have this kind of system. So from Ghost Recon Wildlands to Watch Dogs 2 to Far Cry,
Actually, did Watch Dogs 2? It didn't have towers, did it?
it didn't have towers.
No.
No,
Yes.
it had it didn't. It was,
Didn't have
which
towers
was
at all.
refreshing.
It was great.
I liked.
At the same
I liked
time,
how
I
you used
kind
the
of-
environment puzzles.
I kind of didn't like the way you kind of could go anywhere instantly.
I was fine with that.
I don't know. It just feels like because of that, I didn't get a sense of the scale of the
sense of place.
world and place.
Sort of. At the
because
same
you can't-
time, it makes
because you're
more
kind of
sense
teleporting here and
with
there
The
everywhere.
best parts of Watch Dogs 2 were the small gameplay sandboxes of the enclosed mission areas.
Yeah,
not
particularly
the massive
stealthily
open
done.
world. The massive open world is there because you have to be an open world game if you're an Ubisoft third-person game. And all of the things that made it a good open world, in my opinion, were kind of band-aids rather than a cure. Like,
I mean, honestly,
you know, the taking the pictures is great. The environmental puzzles with a drone are great. The scissor lift shit is hilarious. But it's not.
I mean,
it's not
personally, as going round in my second, third playthrough, I've just been driving round and picking up side missions. And as I go round and find a new side mission and then start it in this way and that the other, I've been enjoying doing that, having that freedom of just going.
But I don't want the game to be. I don't want the game to be completely linear.
No, of course
you
not.
can do that. You can do that in Human Revolution, and there's a lot more of a sense of structure to it than there is in a game like Far Cry.
Sort of, like definitely more than Far Cry.
It's
but,
just
yeah.
I cannot stress enough that the things that make Watch Dogs 2 a good open world are retroactive, yeah? We have to make an open world, so what do we do to make it good? Not, here's a bunch of ideas to make a good open world, you know? The open world came before the ideas to make it good.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, I still kind of think it
And
works
mechanically
well
to
with
be
it.
good open world, Watch Dogs 2 does not need to be an open world. Like, it just doesn't.
I'm not sure if
It's
it
not.
needs
It's not
to,
like
but
Breath
I like
of the
that it
Wild or
is.
something.
No, but I don't think every game needs to be Breath of the Wild.
No, I'm not saying every game
No,
needs
it's-
to be Breath of the Wild. I don't know why you think that was what I was saying.
No, yeah.
I'm saying it's not Breath of the Wild in the sense that Breath of the Wild is, to its very core, an open world game. If you take the open world out of Breath of the Wild, then it's no longer.
What are you on about?
But-
The combat system.
The combat system, which is
The combat system, the really alright combat system, and the finding the 900 Kokorok.
Don't you fucking dare!
But you've got to find all 900 Korok seeds. That's like,
that's
the
how
point of the
they
game.
structured the game.
Well, that's
because you
why
have-
they made it. I mean, why would
I
they
know
put
so
900
many
in there
fucking people
otherwise?
who found all the Korok seeds, and I'm like, dude.
I mean, the only person I know who needed to was a completionist.
Like, are you an actual sociopath?
Okay, we can't have this conversation as someone who found all the Riddler trophies in almost every Arkham game.
Yeah, I believe that was a symptom of depression.
It's a form of self-harm, I'll tell you that much. Like, legit, it was... For particularly Arkham Knight, it was
I mean, like,
painful.
That's
Oh
another
my God.
example of a game that really...
Oh no, Arkham Knight didn't, because Arkham Knight was awful that
No,
way.
I'm talking about the open worldiness. You see, it got worse and worse.
Yes.
So, Arkham Asylum was this amazingly simply
Metroidvania.
designed Metroidvania. Arkham City kind of threw that away for an open world idea, and in the same case as Watch Dogs 2, it could have worked without being an open world.
Honestly.
But they did that. But they did their best with it.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Arkham Origins.
Oh my god.
I didn't play the Origins. It's the only one. Actually, no,
it's a
I didn't play
mess.
Knight either.
It's not a mess. It's not awful. Like, as games go, it's fine, but it just pales so much in comparison every way to every other Arkham game, pretty much.
See, I played the I had this linear DLC for Arkham Origins where you play like Mr. Freeze attacks Bruce while he's running a party in the manor, and it's, you know, it's not as open and stuff as, and that was pretty decent. But the Arkham experience is not enhanced by fast traveling or flying over a grey city.
It's what
you know?
ruined Arkham Knight for me. Particularly like the Batmobile, the huge tanking thing, and this massive map. I hated it.
Arkham
I
Knight
can
also
get why
got
they
away
did
with
it
by
in-
being very pretty once I got it running.
Oh, it's absolutely
But-
stunning. And but I was in it for the Batman story. And
Batman, you've got one night, and this one night is roughly 72 hours if you want to complete the entire game.
Actually,
And you've
I'll
gotta
go
be
look
quick.
up.
Why don't you go and do this
Hang on.
side mission?
As someone
and the
who's-
Riddler set up a race for you.
Hang on.
And also, I hear the Croc has escaped as part of the DLC.
Yep, he has.
So you should go and save him. And I think Robin's somewhere. And I guess you can ban Catwoman if you want to do all the Riddler things.
Actually, you don't ban Catwoman, but it is a very good farewell. Just throwing it out there. Story-wise, I love Arkham Knight. I really do like it a lot.
I
but
need to
the
play
open
it.
world.
I haven't played it yet. It's
I mean,
the last
The
if
game
it
Arkham
I
runs,
played.
if it runs the
Arkham
system,
Knight
do.
is that sort of textbook example of the agency of a plot being just murdered by the open
it
world.
really is.
It's hilarious.
It's not good. It's like I much prefer City. Like that's the thing, because my favorite of the three, contrarily, is City.
I mean, it's mine too.
Yeah, because not just for the story, but I really like the world.
Although City was my first PC game,
City
City
was-
and Mafia 2.
Well, City was my second. The first was the Incredibles game. So, and yeah,
I
not
reviewed the Incredibles game. I think it was like the second review on my channel.
it was, and now it's not there anymore.
It's
Aw.
unlisted
Aw.
and in a playlist if you want to see it.
No, I know, but all
it's
the
still they're
listeners...
still publicly available.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
well,
can
there
see
you
them,
go.
and they're all in a playlist.
Oh shit! Well, there you go.
But
yeah,
the
is,
Incredibles. Just going back to the violence thing.
Oh no!
The
We're done.
The Incredibles game had a hilarious moment in it where this can happen a lot, but
Okay.
to open a path to the next area, you have to sort of lift up a pillar. And make a bridge with it.
Uh-huh.
And on numerous occasions, I would crush people with that pillar. Just completely, a massive steel girder making a
Yes.
bridge with it. And on the other end, the steel girder would land and just squash a person flat. And you would hear, ah! And, yeah.
And that's fine. Yeah.
This is a Pixar movie, lads.
Oh god damn. Well, to be fair, Cars 2 had a kill count. I think the kill count
Cars
is in the
2
double
was a
figures.
fever dream, okay?
Cars 2's kill
2
count is in the
didn't
double figures.
happen.
Hang on.
It-
I'm doing the typing now. Louis, are you still there?
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't tell. You went completely silent. I'm trying to look it up. Here we go. Cars 2 kill count. There is... Holy shit, it's a 3-minute long video. It's a U. This film is a U, by the way. And it has... Yeah, it's in the double figures. Around 20.
Around 20.
Around 20 kills. There are points where you don't know if people died in that huge explosion or not. But probably
Cars
did.
2 didn't happen. It's a fever dream. The funny
It's
thing
fine.
is that Cars 3 was a really good movie.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Actually, does anyone here watch the channel Jello Apocalypse? I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he recently did one on the Disney Pixar movies, and I almost entirely agree with him.
The Pixar movies?
Yeah, he reviewed all the Pixar movies
Oh, okay.
because he does these reviews in 10 words or less, and he does all.
Yeah, I
different
remember.
animated films.
I remember.
So yeah, he did the Pixar ones, and I know Cars 3 was by far his favourite, and I definitely agree with that. It's the
Really?
best Cars film, and
I mean, it's the best Cars film.
yeah,
Doesn't
I mean,
it's the
actually,
best
here's a
Pixar
question:
Movie.
what is the best Pixar movie then?
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Maybe Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the careful. Incredibles. I think Incredibles is the best one,
Okay.
hands down.
I also really like Bug's Life.
He didn't like Bugs Life.
yeah.
I know that much.
I like Bugs
I
Life,
like
yeah.
Bugs Life, but yeah. So why do you guys say Toy Story? Like you're just like, yeah, probably Toy Story. just-
Probably because Toy Story 1 was the first film I ever saw in a cinema.
Oh, was it? Louis,
Yeah.
shut up.
So it has a kind of fondness in my heart because
Yes, it's the
of that.
nostalgia.
And yeah, and 2 was a good sequel, so it kind of
Yes, no, definitely.
stands out to me.
Dude, Bug's Life was about the proletariat standing up to the
Oh,
bourgeoisie.
fuck off, Louis. I swear to God.
I don't care, man. I fucking love it.
No, I really like Bug's Life.
It really is a movie. It's a movie about like identity and
Yeah,
finding
no, it is.
yourself and how it's
And
okay
it's
to
a
be
movie
different.
about how
and
Kevin Spacey was the villain, even before his allegations came out.
I thought Bug's Life was one of the underrated ones.
Oh, it's one of my
a
favourites.
pretty-
It's
It's
one of my
a pretty
favourite ones.
special movie.
I really
I'm not
like
gonna
it.
lie.
It's
Despite
great.
the whole communist joke, because
Yes.
ants are communist, guys. Let's face it.
I mean, arguably it's more of a dictatorship, because the Queen is the one and only one who they feed and all serve.
Same difference,
So-
dude.
Oh, okay, right, we're going that way. Okay. But yes, moving on from Pixar. But yeah, no, actually, I got into playing Watch Dogs 2 again because I reinstalled GTA 5. and played about 3 or 4 hours of that. And when
So
Watch
roughly
Dogs
half
2,
of that was loading screen, right?
sorry,
Oh,
Roughly half of that was
loading
loading
screens.
screen, right?
I mean, not. That's about It's about a quarter, but like that's
Okay.
not the point. It's like it just felt
I
like Watch
just-
Dogs 2 did more of what I wanted GTA to do. As in, it was fun. I enjoyed playing it outside of watching the cutscenes.
Okay, so I was really hoping that you didn't want systemic hacking stealth gameplay from GTA 5.
I did not want that. No.
You didn't come into GTA 5 expecting.
Oh no, I expected bank heist, like really fun
Okay.
bank heist and action and shit.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing, and the bank heists
Yeah.
in GTA Online as well.
Oh,
are
I just
sort of like this
I
cheap
say,
payday imitation.
I
They're
did one last
nothing.
night. And
Yeah.
it's just so infuriatingly bullshit.
yeah.
Me, Jono, Nikki, and Zach, we did a load of these as sort of like LAN parties.
Yeah.
Where because we're terrible people, after we went to the gym, we'd be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And then like 24
pizza.
hours later, I'd be like stumbling home after playing fucking GTA Online LAN
Yes.
for like the last 16 hours, because that's just healthy, right?
Oh, exactly.
And we would do maybe like one heist on hard in those 16 hours, and it would just be this like
Most
you
painful
would have
experience.
to sort of like getting to the bank to do the heist was hard.
Yes.
You understand this? You would spawn somewhere. You would have to drive to an escape vehicle, drive to a vehicle that you were going to go to the bank in or something.
Yeah.
You would go to the bank, then you would do the heist in the bank, and then you would have to leave the bank and get to an escape vehicle, which
Yeah.
you'd assigned, and go from the escape vehicle to an escape location. Mm-hmm. And the two most difficult bits were getting to the bank
Yep.
and getting to the escape location, because there were missions.
Yeah.
For example, the Pacific Bank heist, I think, where
Yeah,
the
that's one we
escape
did,
location is 8 miles
I know.
away
That's what we did last
from
night.
the bank.
Yeah.
We did it so many times. Get it
And
done.
you have to drive with a 5-star wanted level for 8 miles
Yeah.
And if you-
after fighting to the escape vehicle that you have to
Yeah.
drive 8 miles. The escape vehicle being a solid half a mile away from the bank, and you have to get there on foot on 5-star wanted level with like fucking enemies coming at you from all sections.
Yes.
And the game is hit scan, so you can't like dodge and shit.
At the same
And
time,
if you're
yeah,
on hard
no-
mode, these guys can only be killed by multiple headshots.
Yes.
And it's not difficult. It's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm okay with difficulty, but when it's just bullshit.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I couldn't get that far. I couldn't stand grinding up. I couldn't stand grinding up anywhere near that distance just to
It
get
took us
to...
the last week to get to that point in the heist,
Really?
just do the prep,
Jeez,
because
I just-
one of the last prep missions took us all week because we kept getting randoms. It was two other guys I play with quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the fourth was a random, and they were just shit. And it was just a week of randoms, so we
Yeah.
finally could actually do the heist.
This is what I brought up with Overwatch.
Just
People are the worst.
People are the worst
Yeah.
part of multiplayer games.
They are.
It's like you
They
have
are. They
to
absolutely
you have
are.
to ambush this convoy,
Yeah.
and basically it comes along this bridge. We worked out, rather than waiting at the end of the bridge and getting slaughtered, we go up around them on top of this bank and shoot down from above, and it worked
I
really
remember
well.
this.
Until
I
the
remember us
random
doing this
decides
for,
to
like-
drive off the cliff into them and gets killed.
Oh yeah, and if somebody gets killed and you don't have any lives, you just fail.
Oh,
It's
shit,
not like,
yeah, it's
oh,
got
now
lives.
you have-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like
someone
now
dies,
you
it's
have
over.
3 people. You just fail and you have to restart from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Oh, Jesus.
And that means that. So
Yeah, no,
if you
no.
if you for example have to ambush this convoy on this bridge, yeah, you have to drive to the bridge, and then if someone dies, you fail and you have to you respawn.
Yeah.
You respawn at the start where you started the mission, which means you have to drive back to the bridge. Which means that it takes a solid 10 minutes
not even
before
that,
you can
it's-
even get back to start the mission again.
Yes.
We'd have the random would leave, and then it would kick us out into the open world, and then the person who's hosting the heist would have to drive all the way back from there back to his house to start the heist, just so we could drive all the way back there again to his house.
Oh, fuck me.
And also during the actual end heist, if you get the person with the money, if he gets shot, he loses money. The more they get
Yes.
shot.
No, I've heard that, yeah.
So
No,
we
I
were
just
losing money.
I didn't
Oh yeah,
have
we got
bullshit.
basically nothing from the fucking
Yeah.
from the
Basically,
Pacific Bank
a
heist,
week's
because we
worth of
tried
buying
it
ammo
so
and
many
shit.
times.
yeah.
cost us more than the money we got from the heist in the end of it.
No, I do not have the patience. Not even patience. It doesn't seem fun, honestly.
It isn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It seems like not just that, but it seems like such a grind outside of that.
Well, look,
'Cause
I'm
it's-
glad that all the people that are playing GTA 5 Online are playing GTA 5 Online, because if they weren't playing GTA 5 Online, they'd be playing another game. And I might encounter them in that other game.
Oh, well, you might already. Maybe they play multiple games.
They could be listening to this
No.
podcast.
No, you're not allowed to play multiple games.
You
if play
can't. You've got
GTA
you've
Online.
got one multiplayer game at one time.
No. If you like GTA Online, that's your multiplayer game. That's
Okay.
how those games are structured. It's like
Yeah. No.
it's like Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is
Yes.
a lifestyle choice. It's
Which,
like smoking.
speaking of which, Josh, you said you've been playing that. You've
Yeah.
gone back to it. Why?
Yeah,
Not
that's right.
like
Segways,
hardcore.
bitches.
But I don't know, I just got a feel for playing it again.
Yeah?
A mate of mine got it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
kind of went back to play it with him a bit. And then he's kind of not playing it as much, but I'm still kind of playing it.
The-
But
Yes.
I don't know, because I've been away. I loved it when it came out. And
Yes,
it was
and
definitely,
everyone did.
it was definitely an improvement on the first one, but
Yes, but that's
It's-
not hard.
it still had the problem with the first one of just after you've done everything, you kind of don't really have a
That's
desire
what
to
everyone
carry on.
said, because Activision seemed to be saying this is it's a live service sort of thing, and it didn't seem they had any end game content.
I mean, the boss fights that I played on the trial version seemed pretty well designed.
Oh yeah, the fights are a lot better than one. They're not just grind fest for
Yes.
half an hour to
There were
kill
like
them.
stages, and it felt almost like bullet helly.
Sort of,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And the story was much better, and it felt close to
What
Halo.
do you mean much? But the first one didn't have a story, did it?
It had a loose
Actually,
story.
it did have a story.
Oh, it
You
did it in
have
the
to go
DLC,
to
wasn't it?
www.bungie.com/destiny/story.
What was it called? The Codex or something?
The Codex?
Grimoire.
Grimoire, that's it, the Grimoire.
They dropped that. Well, no, it's now in game, the Grimoire.
Well,
And it's
good.
actually pretty cool.
I'm
Like, you'll pick
glad
up a weapon and
information
there'll be
about-
like a 3-paragraph block of text about that weapon to read. But
Well, I'm glad you
but
don't have
yeah,
to go
it was
onto
definitely
another website
improvement.
to read that paragraph.
And I don't know why it kind of went so quicker than the first one even.
It really did, because a lot of people stuck with the first one, and the community
Yeah.
seems to have just gone with the second one.
I think the first one, they're kind of like, well, it's exactly the same as the first one. We can't have it again, so
Yeah.
they kind of dropped off. But yeah, I've kind of gone back. There's new things in it since I last played. There's like a masterwork system now, so
Okay.
you can you get mastered armor, which is better than the normal armor, and you can dismantle that to get master cores to upgrade your own armor
Yeah.
that you already have, and weapons and stuff like that. So that sales to chase for. And
Yeah.
yeah, I've just been kind of playing it again, just doing stuff I kind of haven't done that much on it.
Okay.
But
But are you
But,
enjoying
yeah.
it usually, or is it just kind of a...
it's been nice to go back to it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm going to get much more out of it.
Yes. And that seems to be
another
what a
week-
lot of
after about a
people-
week, I'm kind of probably done again.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to say that. Like, that's everything they get out of Destiny 2. Which
But
is
there's
not...
another DLC apparently come. I haven't got the season pass. There's been one DLC.
I've
Apparently
heard
it
it's
wasn't that
not great.
It was pretty short and didn't have much.
Yeah.
There's another one in May, which apparently is going to be bigger.
Well,
And,
we'll see.
everyone's thinking it's kind of be like the last one, and that there'll be a massive expansion towards the end
Yeah.
of the year that will kind of overhaul it a bit. But
It's not... I don't know. I'm not tempted to pick it up at all.
no. Destiny is a game to play with friends.
It is.
That
Because
is
I
at its
heard
core, the main
a
thing
lot of
about it.
people went from Destiny, like a lot of streamers and things, went from Destiny to Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I saw about that.
I mean,
quite a
that
lot.
just makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And as someone... Have you played Monster Hunter World yet, Josh?
No, I played the beta for it, and
Okay,
I didn't
'cause
really.
Louis,
I don't
you-
really like Monster Hunter. It's
I
not
mean,
really,
I
don't
played
really-
fucking 3DS generation,
Right.
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I think.
Okay.
And it was pretty fun.
I mean-
I actually considered it a fairly good game, and
Yeah.
it's pretty decent, and it does that kind of thing right.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I don't necessarily know that Destiny does. The funny thing is that Destiny was kind of going for a style that had been around for a very long time, but it was new on the platform and for the people that it was trying to sell it to.
Yes, it was, because it was console only.
And console casual It wasn't like, I don't know.
No, it was
wasn't
aimed at
like,
the hardcore audience.
Mm,
It's the most hardcore game.
oh right, yeah, okay.
Oh,
It was like the No Man's Sky thing, you know. It was like the No Man's Sky situation. Oh my God, we're getting this like flight sim
most
game. Where we get, like,
amazing.
a massive space galaxy where we can fly around and do things. And the people who had already seen that a million times and have played it and been playing it since the 90s were like, wait, this is new?
Well, it's not just
Like,
that. It's,
Elite Dangerous came out like the other day, and you're all
Yeah.
getting excited about No Man's Sky. Like, it's the same, that sort of like looter shooter shit.
Yes.
We've had Borderlands, you know? We've had
Warframe. I'd argue Warframe's better.
Oh, Warframe.
Warframe, of course.
With-
Fucking Destiny's style is very derivative of Diablo.
Yeah,
If you're not, like, I
to an extent, yeah, it's the looting aspect, not looter
Yeah, I
shooter,
don't
but
really-
yes.
I don't really know what Destiny was trying to, what it was, why.
It was trying to be the next
just-
one.
I just like, why Destiny? What is your thing? Whenever anything enters any market, it's offering something that is a gap, and Destiny didn't seem to be doing that. at
No,
all.
it was just kind
Well,
of
I
like
mean, it
another-
sort of did accidentally.
It's a thing.
It filled the gap for the console looter shooter MMO thing. And the thing is, yeah.
I think it's cool.
I guess,
Destiny is
but do
mainly
people
about
want that?
community and clans and doing
Yeah.
stuff together. But without
Like, the
that,
people
there
that
isn't
play that kind
much
of
to
shit
it.
are just happy with the progression systems in games like COD.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
if you want that, like, Skinner box shit, they're pretty
Yes.
happy with just unlocking a new gun in COD every now and then and going, do ranked up, you know?
yes, I do know.
They're pretty happy with that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
You know, Destiny aimed at a PC audience.
particularly
of-
2. 2 was really, yeah.
Yeah, Destiny
were
aimed
going
at a
hardcore
PC
with that.
audience
They were
of,
really
like, you know,
trying.
sort of sad sack co-op gamers like us. Yeah, but Destiny aimed at the COD playing audience, or the people that still play Halo, the mad bastards. No.
Yeah.
Destiny seems to be a very
Destiny's
existentially
multiplayer is actually
confused
pretty
game
good.
series.
as well.
All right.
Is it?
It's like
Is
it's
it?
like a lesser version of Halo, but it's still got the love of Bungie there somewhere in the background trying
And
to
you've
get
got
through.
cooldown-based abilities, and the cooldowns are a solid 30 minutes.
They're actually buffing that soon. There's an update coming out soon where they're going
Oh,
to
mean,
they're finally fixing
it's
it.
That's
called
the thing,
the
it seems
speed
like-
update, where everything's going to be sped up, movement speed,
And every now and then you
cooldown.
pop your ult, your character gets a fire sword and gains the ability to fly.
I mean,
and just murders everyone.
It
And that was
seems-
just that was the ability ripped from the Titan in Destiny 1. They just pulled it and gave it to the Warlock.
I mean,
yeah,
it,
you get my point, right?
it seems like they've just done the same thing as EA just did. Like EA just fucking put microtransactions back in Battlefront and changed the system again.
Do you see they apparently pulled it out though, didn't they? They've like completely rehauled it and made it progression
Sorry?
system.
Oh, they pulled it out again.
They've overhauled it apparently in the last week
Yeah.
completely, and now it's just progression system, no microtransactions.
Yes, no, they
at
have.
all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
seems they're doing that, but it's way too late. We're in
Yeah.
March now. It came out 4 months ago, and Destiny's been out for ages. And you know, both of them. It seems they're trying to recoup the drastically dying. You know,
I
game
think we're going to
space.
see in the next year a great sudden rise in battle royale games. Unfortunately,
I don't think so. I think they're on the way out. I think
And
we've seen the surge.
Yeah, we have.
Well, but Fortnite's pretty high night now, and it's overtaken
It
PUBG.
is. It has
Fortnite
the.
has
I just
now
have a
won.
feeling that certain games, mainly COD, are probably going to try and imitate
I don't
that
think they
later
will.
on in the year.
I
They
think
won't.
it's already passed.
It's nice to see the better game win.
Oh,
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh,
makes
I
me
will
pretty
agree with
happy.
that. I fucking hate PUBG.
Because Fortnite started as an
I played
underdog.
Fortnite before it was Battle Royale, when it was just the PvE version, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it's good that it
Fortnite
has kind
started
of
as an
taken off.
underdog when it was fighting against
Yes.
PUBG for the Battle Royale. And now it's bigger.
And when it
now
first
it's
did it,
better.
everyone was
And
like, "Oh, he's just kind of trying to rip off PUBG."
rip-off,
But it's
even
the
though,
better
you
version
know,
now, and
Yeah.
it's way more popular.
Fucking PUBG was stealing a fucking mode from another game. Like,
oh yeah,
no.
but Battle Royale. You can't claim the Battle Royale thing.
player unknown, the player unknown of Player Unknown's Battlegrounds is pretty fucking obsessed with the idea of like people stealing ideas and stuff.
Well, I mean,
Even though his fucking game, you know, he didn't write Battle
Battle Royale.
with cheese. He didn't write Battle Royale with cheese, and he didn't fucking make H1Z1 or
yes.
Daisy.
I was gonna actually. Has anyone actually watched Battle Royale aside from
No.
me? Oh god, you guys need to. It's great.
I
It's so
fell
good.
asleep halfway through the Hunger Games 1.
No. It's nothing like that. It's like the Hunger Games. If the
with
Hunger Games had, you know.
fucking Jennifer Lawrence looking bored out of her mind.
Oh
like,
no,
in
this
every movie
this
she's in.
film is so good. It's got Takeshi Kitano as a PE teacher who violently murders children and children murdering each other in bloody ways, and it's amazing.
Okay.
I seriously need to show you guys this film if I haven't. I've shown it to
Wasn't
Zach. I
it
think.
wasn't it like the original version, then it got remade as well?
Oh, I don't know if it's got a remake. I don't care. The original's great.
Oh yeah. No,
Fuck it. Like seriously, we're gonna watch that at some point. It's such a good film. It's one of my favorites. I'd probably say.
And speaking of dystopian futures where everything is horrible and murderous and violent, the news.
No.
What's happening this week?
Oh, for games.
Yeah.
We've kind of covered
okay.
the news though, a little
We
bit.
covered most of it,
Did we?
I think. Well, we discussed briefly.
Let me just see if there's
Actually,
anyone
the
else.
only
Trying to
one.
get some segments of segments,
yeah.
some semblance of structure before we wrap up because we're at the half hour.
Yeah, I was
hour and a
gonna
half
say.
mark.
So literally, all that's come out this week. We've had Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. Does anyone care?
No.
Somebody made a video essay on it.
I bought it on
and I was
PC
like,
for a
maybe I
quid
should
years
watch
ago and
that,
never
and then
played
I
it.
didn't.
I played it. It's
Apparently,
kind
it's
of
a decent Assassin's Creed.
it's all right, but
It was better than fucking whatever else came out that time.
Unity.
Unity.
Unity was
yeah.
fucking trash. But as someone who really enjoyed 4 and then played Rogue and then went back to play 4, I realised I was a really dumb kid. I did not enjoy either of them as much as I did before.
Yes, there we go. Assassin's Creed 4, not that good.
I think we've had this conversation before. haven't we?
Yeah,
we have.
4
we
should have just
have.
been a game about pirates, not about assassins.
which is what we're getting this year apparently. So
Ooh, this is like that thing.
It's
Where,
Greece this year,
This is
isn't
like
it?
that thing with violence. You know,
Yeah.
games should be what they're about, not
Exactly.
about obligatory
Well,
things that should also be in games.
I mean,
I think it's because games are such massive projects. Like, you're never going to have an author who is writing a book, just him or her, put random stuff in there out of obligation to other people.
yes.
games?
I mean,
Yeah.
oh, my favorite example is Dying Light. How many fucking mechanics are in Dying Light? It's a first-person parkour with shooter elements.
It's got crafting.
looting, crafting, lockpicking. It's got everything.
There's driving.
Yes, no, there's driving as well. Forgot about that. It's got everything you'd want. Oh, elemental weapon damage and shit like that.
Of course.
It's got everything you'd want. Anyway, on the same day, speaking on the pirate theme, we had Sea of Thieves. Has anyone played it?
It didn't make splash.
Fuck off, Louis. I
Oh, I was
swear
just
to
flicking through some news and I
I
forgot
don't
this
think
one.
anyone on PC played it because it's on the Windows 10 store.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I was never really hyped for it. A lot of people were. To me,
I heard Total Biscuit moaning about it on his podcast, and a lot of it came down to content. It doesn't have enough content to keep people going. It needs more progression. And you know, a game about the ocean
yes.
needs more depth. Doesn't need a progression system.
Do not say what I think you're gonna say, but
It doesn't need a fucking unlockables. It needs more depth. It doesn't need more content.
okay. Let's move on from depth.
I'm gonna-
Let's find a different word. Other
I
than
just want to
depth.
keep making depth jokes.
Okay,
Well,
right. Anyway,
My point is though.
yes, it doesn't need progression.
The complaint about people being like, I just have enough content. Fucking Counter Strike. You've got one set of shooting mechanics, about
And-
two guns,
and about
one map,
8 maps.
and everyone has played it for
Pays
1,000
one or two.
hours. No, it's not about. It needs like loads of stuff. It just needs what it does have to be brilliant. And apparently, what Sea of Thieves has, having played a little bit of it, but not a lot. I was in the beta for most of it.
Yeah.
Which has been a solid few months now, and I've picked it up every now and then. But because of reasons, my Xbox Live thingy, which you need to do that on a PC now,
Yeah.
is Rossy167YT, as in YouTube.
yes.
And I get kind of embarrassed.
Oh, bless.
didn't
I
change your
couldn't be
name.
Rossi167 or Rossi
You
underscore.
can change your name, can't you?
No, it costs you £8.
£8? It used to be like a fiver, though, I think.
I mean, I'm still not paying a fucking.
No, I know.
I mean, it's better than
It's gone up.
PS4, where you can't at all. I'm stuck with my
Apparently
old
that's
name.
coming, and apparently it's going to be a decent system where it's kind of like Steam. You can do it for free, but it's kind of like you're capped to a limit per month or something like that.
Okay.
Hey
that's
guys,
fine.
we're the PS4 and we've been out for 5 fucking years. And
Okay, we
can't
do
change
not need to have this fucking argument. Anyway,
Right, we don't need to. Yeah.
so Sea of Thieves. I
Um,
mean, to me, it looks like what they were saying it was gonna. It looks
yeah,
like
nothing's
what they
changed
showed.
since they showed it about
I
6
don't,
years
it's,
ago.
people seem to have hyped it up to be more than it promised to be.
I mean, it didn't really feel like anything to me. You just
Yeah, I'm
kind
not
of-
really sure what it was
it-
going
it-
for.
I remember
It's very
seeing that.
aimless, and what's there is very shallow.
I remember seeing the trailer for that at E3, like the
Shallow.
year the Xbox One came out.
Yeah,
Shallow.
That's how far long ago it was supposed to be coming.
yeah.
And we're nearly getting towards the end of this generation, possibly, and it's only just
No,
coming.
we're
in.
not.
Oh
Well,
no, we're
apparently
halfway
it ain't.
through according to PS4 to Sony or
Yeah,
whatever.
fuck that.
Anyway, so moving on from Sea of Thieves, we had.
I was just reading. I saw. I've forgotten about this. Geralt. Yeah, Geralt. And he said Geralt. Is in Soul
Gerald
Calibur.
of Riverwood is in Soul Calibur.
Yes.
That could work pretty fucking cool. You think of all his signs and shit.
Oh
he
yeah,
can
no,
do.
the gameplay looked cool. I mean, it looks cool, and I'm glad he's branching out into other games. You know.
I'm probably
to
not
see him
going to play
have
it
another job
though.
over
because-
Yeah, no, I'm with Louis.
Soul
I'll probably
Calibur.
play it. But it's cool that he's in it. Basically, is what.
Yeah.
We had Attack on Titan 2 came out,
Okay.
which no one cares about.
I don't
game-
want none of your weeb shit.
I mean, oh fuck off, Louis. You love Persona 5.
It's not weeb shit.
It's not weeb shit. That's the thing. That's
It's
a
not,
topic
it's
for
not
another
weeb
time.
shit if you play it.
Okay, that's a topic for another time, but we'll come back to that some other. Anyway, A Way Out came out, which
Yeah, we gotta play that.
we've got to play that when we'll discuss it,
Yeah.
and we also had Detective Pikachu,
It's
which I am so disappointed it wasn't voiced by
Danny
Danny
DeVito.
DeVito. It really should have
Isn't it
been.
voiced by? Is it Ryan Reynolds doing it?
It
isn't
was Ryan Reynolds, yes.
Did Ryan Reynolds
Was
actually
it?
voice him? No.
Apparently.
I'm getting mad deja vu here.
Hang on. Who voices Detective Pikachu? It's not Ryan Reynolds.
I think it is.
It's no.
Oh, he's doing it in the movie.
Yes, I was gonna
Okay.
say they did not get. They did not get Ryan Reynolds.
Apparently,
for
Bill
it.
Nighy's in that movie as well.
Yeah, no, there's a movie coming out with Ken Watanabe, Justice Smith? Who's just okay, and Ryan Reynolds.
And Rita Ora apparently as well.
Oh my god, that's gonna be great. Anyway, we've also what was the other problem? Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, do you guys want to do a deep analysis of the Deadpool 2
I
trailer?
haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it. So we
I
could
mean,
do
it
that
looked
next
Pretty
week.
fun.
It looks like Deadpool 2. I mean,
We
Is-
could talk about
is
that next week
big
when
if
I've actually
true.
watched the trailer.
watch the trailer. It's Deadpool 2. It looks like. I
I heard the trailer. Someone was watching it at a party I was in.
And
and I
that's the
heard
thing, you haven't seen it. Do you want to do a reaction to it right now, live?
it. We could do that.
No,
Very
don't. And we're not singing.
Can we do a
that
live
note.
reaction to the whole of The Last Jedi?
Oh, actually, at the link for this podcast, you probably could do a live reaction to the first Lord of the
Wait,
fucking Rings.
why did it just go quiet?
What?
Did the speakers break?
Oh my god!
That was about an hour and 40 minutes in, wasn't it?
It was about an hour and 40 minutes in, yeah, or something
See?
like that.
I
Oh
mean,
my
you
God.
can watch this as a live reaction to The Last Jedi then.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's just. Anyway, I think we should probably wrap up before we.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep at my desk, dude.
Oh, thanks. Okay, this is
Oh,
how good
so
the
we're
content
boring
is.
you.
Even us making it can't keep
Yeah.
awake.
I'm making a really boring podcast. Yeah.
Welcome to the channel.
No, seriously, I'm ill and it sucks.
Oh,
Aw.
poor Bobby.
I know.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, baby. You know,
I know.
just drink, have a nice cup of tea. You know, and just chill.
We going bye sleep now.
Okay, but obviously.
Alright, we're gonna
Okay.
end it.
Say bye bye, everyone.
So everyone, we're
Bye.
gonna say goodnight. Good
Good
night. to
night.
you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Sleep well, and we'll see you next time.
And don't forget to subscribe, kiddies.
We know where you live.
Oh my god, my audacity's freezing.
I think I've got
That's alright, it's alright.